One time when I was playing with Sammy Davis Jr., and I feel like my real years that I was getting molded was during this period in the 80s. You know, Sammy, we were doing a number, and Sammy, maybe the first three numbers would be, you know, written down. We would know what they're going to be.
Yeah.
The rest of the show was up in the air, because Sammy would call the songs. And so as the new drummer, we never rehearsed all the music, you know. And so, you know, I was always on my pins and needles, making sure that the music, whatever number was called, that I got it up, and I looked at the map, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
And so one night, Sammy said something to George Rhodes, who's the conductor, and George said, you know, number 57, whatever that was. So I get the number out, and so I'm looking at it, and so I always would follow George Rhodes. George Rhodes would, you know, give a downbeat. Well, Sammy is walking back towards the band, and he goes like this. You know, he gives like a wave, like a downbeat, and George is not too far in front of him, closer to me, and he's about to go up. So I went with Sammy, and George can't see Sammy, and so George went up, and so now there's already a downbeat in the band, and we got 40 people up there, and it was a big train wreck.
Oh.
So of course, after it happened, as it's happening, I'm just thinking, okay, I got to pack my bags. I'm out of here. You know, I just know I'm going to be fired. And so George was totally upset. Sammy Davis Jr. comes back to the piano and grabs his drink and says, "Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I got a frog in my throat. George, can we do that again?"
Wow.
Took a sip, put it down, and then George gave the downbeat, and we got into it. After the show, Sammy walks back to me, and I'm just like, oh man, I'm still up on my drums, I'm up on the riser, and he goes, "See you tomorrow, babe."
Wow.
I thought I was fired. I just said that was just a big train wreck. But I mean, this guy is a superstar, yet he had compassion for a young guy like myself and knew that everything was going to be okay because he had George Rhodes there, and George did straighten me out, no uncertain terms, you know. And so I learned a lot just from that, you know, from that one big train wreck. It never happened again. It never happened again with him or anybody else.